has some side effects. One of that is somnolence. And hopefully we will keep you awake now. This won't be a long talk. Just it'll be a whirlwind, run through our experience.
Then they spent 1 hour in my room. That's when they hear for the first time there is something called an epilepsy surgery and hysterectomy, which can be done for this one. And that spark changed the whole life. And he underwent hysterectomy. Dr. Vishwanathan did that. From that moment onwards, he's usually. It's almost 4 years now. Hopefully, sometimes he went and got some fashion award or something. He's doing a lot of great things in his life. I think mom will describe that. So please stay to listen from a parental perspective. So I request mom to hand over to the family.
It was a very beautiful invitation, and the invitation had all professionals and legends and doctors, students and everybody, and there was one odd man out, and that was Dhruv's mother, and that is me. Hello everyone, hello doctors, ladies and gentlemen, good evening, and I feel really happy to be here. It is not a platform to share my success alone, but it is a big responsibility, because what I underwent as a parent, the agony, the pain, okay, when I didn't find a solution for this, I'm taking this as an opportunity to tell everybody that there is an option, okay, wherein there is a cure for epilepsy. That's the reason I'm standing over here. And thank you for this opportunity. When Dr. Ranjit had called me a few weeks back and asked me whether I can come and share. How I have planned, actually, this is like 13 years of packed experience. Okay, and if I have to give it in 10 minutes, it is little difficult, but I will definitely try my best. What I intend to share is his birth history. Next, how we got introduced to epilepsy and how did we handle, and what made us come to Ramachandra, and through Ramachandra, how did we get benefited. Okay, this is how I have broken it. Now, he was born on February 2011, and when he was born itself, he was a puny child. He was just 1.69 kgs, though he was a full-term baby. And doctor said that he was low on sodium, potassium and all that. After a month, we diagnosed that there was some problem, and we took him to the same hospital where he was delivered. So there the doctors diagnosed, and they said that no, he's normal. So unfortunately, it was a weekend, Saturday and Sunday. So Saturday, 2-3 times we took him to the same hospital, and they tested for sodium and potassium, and they said that he's normal. Then Sunday I couldn't bear, because the way he was cooing and the way he was taking the feed was very, 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 very different. And as a mother, nobody asked me how are his behavior or any body language and all that. So second day when I went on a Sunday evening, actually I went there on morning, and they asked me to go to the main hospital, which is in Thousand Lights. I don't want to disclose the hospital's name. And when we went there, there was a doctor who was a newcomer, and he also did the same test, and he said the child is normal. And so my family was actually packing and coming back, but I said, no, something is wrong, doctor. I mean, like, I think, can we do some other test? And then my husband and my family, they were like, who's the doctor over here? He's the doctor or you're the doctor? I said, yes, he's the doctor, but I'm the mother. I am feeling. The best part was, though the doctor was new and he was a doctor, he actually barged in and said, I agree with her. Technically, though, everything sounds very normal, reports are normal, I do find that something is wrong with the child. When I'm seeing the child, something is wrong. And that is where the first step came, and that's why probably people say, think of doctors after God. Doctors. So there it started. He did various tests, and then we got admitted. We did some sonogram, CT scan and everything. Then they told us that the left part of the brain is bleeding. So brain hemorrhage, or technically whatever you call it. I didn't Google, I didn't do anything. All I did was to sit and pray, and I was trying to be positive. Of course, as a mother, there were a lot of emotions and all that attached. Then we started going for the doctor consultation, and after 3 months, I was actually thinking, his right hand was not moving that very well. And again, my family was saying, I think you're overthinking and getting worried. I said, okay, let us anyway get this clarified from the professional. So when I went and met the doctor again, if the doctor says come after 3 months, I will go after 10 days. So then I went and met the doctor when the child was like 3-4 months. Then I told him, doctor, something is there like that. I feel that he's very little bit weak. Then the doctor asked me, aren't you going for NDT programs? I was like, what is NDT? He said neurodevelopment therapy. So there again, the learning was probably the doctors are busy, but as parents, we have to note down certain things if you are having in mind. So go prepared, because we also should not forget. Because that question came, there was a solution which we got. That's when we got introduced to therapies. So we took our child for occupational therapy when he was 4 months old. And while we completed 1 year, then the therapist actually handed over the child to us and said that we are doing only early intervention program over here. So once the child crosses 1 year, then you will have to take it to some other center. But he said, what made you come here when the child was just 4 months old? Because in my clinic, okay, especially the boy children, they come when they are 1.5 years old, minimum. Because generally in our family, we say that boy children, they actually talk later, they actually walk later, things like that. So after the milestones period is gone, if you're going to go, then I don't think we are going to have much of development. So he was like, what made you come here? I really don't know. Probably it was the way that we pray, our affirmations, our belief, and our positivity. Okay, and yes, persistence. I never gave up on my child. So because of that 1 year therapy, we achieved all the milestones of sitting, turning, walking, like everything we achieved. Until then, we didn't have this epilepsy problem. Now, this was his background. And because of the left brain problem, his right hand was little weak, but still he was using both his hands. Now, when he was like 1.5, 2 years, that's when he had a jerk. He just used to move like this. So I was like, what is this? Then immediately I will take him to the doctor. I will not wait for people in the family to give me advices and all. Not because I disrespect, because this is something which is unknown for us. So let the professionals handle it. That's it. So we went over there, and the doctor also termed it as jerk. That time I didn't know that this was, probably the simpler form of epilepsy. I didn't know that. So doctors, they gave some tablets, and then from first year, 2-year-old baby, then 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, then the medicine slowly started increasing. And there was a point where I decided that let me better take a break and sit at home and take care of my child. So I sat at home, and that time I trained him to swim, because he needs physiotherapy throughout his life. So instead of waiting for occupational therapy or a physiotherapy to come and attend, then it means that he's dependent on somebody. So I thought, why not put him in swimming? When I took him for swimming classes, 3.5, 4 years, they said that no, we can't allow him. There should be someone who is an adult who should know swimming. I thought, let me go. So I went and learned swimming, at least with the confidence to stay inside the pool. So I learned, then I also brought my child inside. Then he started to swim. So I don't want him to be a great swimmer. In fact, some of the parents who have special child, they want, they also bring them to the pool, and then they train. In fact, we had professionals who train such children, and they are professionals in that. And if you even push him at a 10 feet or a 15 feet pool, he can actually swim and come, that's it. It is a skill. I just wanted him that. And then days were going, I also taught him to pedal cycle, because all these things are skills which is going to help the child tomorrow, because the child has to be independent. What do you want your son to be? First, I would say he should be independent on himself with the self skills, then financially independent and face this world. This is what. Then when he was like 7 years, 8 years, the change of epilepsy was happening. The epilepsy what he used to get, or the seizures what he used to get, it was predictable. That is, it will come after he wakes up from his sleep, sometimes, or sometimes it doesn't come. And after he wakes up, he will sit, and then he'll just move like that. He will not fall even if he's standing. But as the days were going and the years were running, from 6 months it reduced to 3 months, then 2 months, then 1 month, then a week, then in a day once, or in a day even twice. And when he was like 8 years, we actually approached the doctor to understand whether we have to do any special treatment and things like that. So he advised us to go for an MRI. For me, my doctor was the most important person. I believe in God. So I used to tell him that Ninga da en Perumal. Okay, so to that extent, whatever he says, I never change my doctor. If he advises me to go to a doctor for a period to check his medication, I will do that. But otherwise, things will just go on the routine. Now, when we did that MRI, it was in October, November of 2019. And for the MRI, there was anesthesia given. And after the anesthesia, Dhruv was puking. And after a week or so, we changed the medicine. For the first time in Dhruv's life, he was sleeping one whole night. Until then, my son never used to sleep in the night because even in the night, he used to have seizures. That also only if I wake up in my sleep and if I'm able to witness it. Otherwise, it's all untold stories and the child is not going to narrate. So, in 2019, December, one whole month, he slept through the night. That was the most happiest moment for me. Unfortunately, that happiness did not last. In February, March 2020, we all are aware of that season, it was COVID. That is when epilepsy just went haywire. Sometimes I thank Corona because if not for Corona, my husband wouldn't be sitting at home. School wouldn't be closed. I can't go take leave. I can't ask my husband to take leave and sit with me. Sometimes I feel that the whole thing happened to support me and my son's life. The epilepsy pattern was so weird that it didn't have a pattern at all. It will come anytime, before sleep, after sleep, anytime it will come. And suddenly the child will go to the bathroom and he will not return. Then I will just go inside and see he would have fallen down. And he'll be bleeding. Because it used to come with a force. Like how we see in movies. It'll just bang him. So that point, and when I was actually praying, when I was inside, when I was sitting in the puja room and praying, I heard a sound, thud, one sound came. I know that his face has fallen flat on the floor. I didn't have the courage to look. People say that I'm a very bold mother, but emotionally, I was not able to handle it. His face was down. I didn't pick him up, though he was right next to me. It was my husband who came and picked him up. So then, yes, even during that time, we were actually looking for solutions. He used to take 4 tablets in the morning, 4 tablets in the night. But in spite of that, the pattern of seizure was only increasing. We did not know what to do. And it was very, 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 very difficult to witness, the pain that the child was going through, and you feel so helpless. And September, October, everybody started going for work, and schools were not open, luckily. And somewhere in December, his seizures were so bad that his body used to just move up and down. And his eyes went up, and luckily my mother-in-law, father-in-law, they came running to my house, and they were great support for me. And we were trying to reach the doctor. We didn't have his number. Because of these things, sharing a number to a very critical patient, some people don't do, but I think we should do that, because it is the question of life for the parents, especially for critical cases. So then we had to take him to the hospital, and when the child was taken over there, he was admitted. 2 days we were admitted, heavy dose medicines were given, and after 2 days we were brought back home. That night again the seizures came, and with the same pattern. Then I was like, doctor, what is happening? And the doctor said, please come after a month. I was like, what is happening? It's like the house is on fire and we are pouring a mug of water. I'm sorry. Okay. But, I was not able to accept that. And I believe in the universe. And I try to be very positive. And that's when I heard from, Dhruv has been going for a OT class ever since he's 1.5 years. It is in Kilpok. It is second home for my child. And he's almost an adopted son for Gokulam, which is in Kilpok. Sundari is the owner of it. So Sundari was telling me that, see, why don't you approach Ramachandra? Because she's running the center for a long time and she's a great professional. She was giving this advice, and I cannot neglect her advice. So I said, why not? And we are in so many groups as parents with special kids. So even in the group, somebody was mentioning Dr. Ranjit and all that. At that time, I didn't hear about Dr. Vishwanathan, and I never thought that there is some surgery for epilepsy, honestly. So then because I heard from 2, 3 people. See, for me, that hospital that I was associated, I was just very loyal to it. I didn't go for a second opinion and, in a very big way and all that. And such a big brand, and okay, what is this big thing? And I was thinking, okay, fine, let me just go, because people are saying with that intention only I came. Okay, and when I came and met Dr. Ranjit, Dr. Ranjit is a hardcore professional. Okay, I really respect him for his knowledge and the way he really wants to help people for a cure. So when I came and met him, in fact, he was asking, so what did this doctor say, that doctor say? In fact, when he's taking 4 medicines in the morning and 4 medicines in the night, didn't your earlier hospital suggest you for a surgery? I said, no. I said, where, doctor? Today, the doctors are asking us to do this test, that test. Please don't take me wrong. But nowadays, parents are much educated. They are also aware. They also want to learn. But in some cases, we are not actually creating awareness for the parents. Only when we are educated can we even take a decision. Think wisely and take a decision. So when I told him where nowadays nobody is educating, he actually took that scan, kept it over there. There was a session for 20 minutes. There was a session for 20 minutes, and that was very nice. So I actually got confidence what is happening. And then he said, I strongly recommend for a surgery, and the surgeon is also here. You can meet Dr. K. Vishwanathan. He's there today. Probably after the lunch you can go. And so we actually came out of the room, and I was planning to go, and my husband said, let's just go have lunch and come. And he forgot the file. So this is in the 2nd floor, and when we were coming down, instead of taking the lift, I was actually taking the staircase. Usually we don't do that. Such a lazy thing. We always take only the lift. So when I was coming down, I was actually telling my God, Perumale, எனக்கு ஏதாவது ஒரு sign தாயேன். Am I in the right direction? Because first time I will go and they are recommending. I'm not scared of it, but am I in the right place? Am I in the right direction? When I took a turn, that time I did not know that everywhere they are having God idols and posters and things like that. When I took a turn that side, there was something which was catchy. Okay, then I turned that side and I can see Venkatachalapati, one big frame, silver color, was just blinking. I just ran over there. I just fell on the feet. I didn't bother which place I am. And yes, that was a sign. So I actually, felt the divine. And we had lunch, and then we came. And they said, yeah, now you can go meet the doctor. So I went inside. I opened the door. Again over there, Tirumala Tirupati Balaji. Lord Balaji poster is there in Dr. Vishwanathan's room, and I turned that side, and then I saw Sri Satya Sai Baba's photo. Below that photo, I'm seeing a very similar calm, composed, cool cat, or doctor is sitting. So I was like, okay, doctor. And then he was actually explaining in a very calm way. It was a neurosurgeon, like surgery, and he's describing. But the way he was describing actually put me at ease. Okay, and he explained. He told here there was also a couple of his assistants who were there, and he was saying that yes, there is this option, but we cannot give you 100% guarantee, but 80% guarantee is there. But there are some concerns in that. We cannot give you a guarantee on his right side. This Dr. Ranjit also told us, we cannot give you a guarantee on the right eye, because this is the left part of the brain. What I understood then and what I remember, I am telling that. If there is any mistake, kindly correct me, doctors. Okay, but that is there registered in my brain. So doctors were saying that we cannot guarantee on the speech, because the left brain only controls the speech, the left brain controls memory, the left brain controls cognition, and the right side of the body, the movement of the body is controlled by the left part of the brain. So they said that we cannot give a guarantee on all these things. My question to the doctor that time was, doctor, you said that Dhruv's brain, left part of the brain, is 95% almost not there. Okay. But the child is able to swim. The child is able to manage everything. He is able to pedal a cycle. Mine was a layman question. The doctor was like, he smiled and he said, do you understand what she's asking? And then he gave a technical reply which I didn't understand. But he said, oh, no problem. You go home. and decide. This was in the third week of January, 22nd, 23rd of January 2021. I said, no doctor, I have decided, let us go with the surgery. What is the next step? He said, no, you go home, discuss with people. I said, I have been undergoing this. Okay, every medicine that every time the doctor prescribes and changes, it is like a lab in my house. Okay, how is this medicine behaving? Will this suit? Is this having an allergy? We need to track that. So I had these doubts. There is a gap. There is an understanding. Now, whatever you told, at least now my husband is earning. I actually sat at home, and now the child is only 9 years old. This Drew's birthday was on 19th February, so this discussion is happening on the third week of January. I said, so now the child is young, and doctor also said the same thing. Yeah, sooner we do, we'll be probably able to come out of rehabilitation. Yes, and we also have financial support, so let's go with that. He said, okay. So 3rd of February, and Vishwanathan doctor asked me one more thing. So if he becomes seizure free, will you go back to office? I mean, internally I was thinking, how nice of him. He's actually thinking of my future as well, not only my son's. I was thinking, in a banking sector, okay, internally also, anytime he'll be chucked out. Okay, no guarantee. Banks are just laying off people like that. I have been sitting jobless at home for 6 years. Okay, and what is this? This man is talking about job for me. You won't believe. February, Drew underwent surgery, and April, I got into a bank. I'm actually employed now. He, I don't know. Okay. Okay. So all these things happened, and so we did the surgery. And at the time of surgery, we did this during Corona time. So very tough, not because of anything, because there is so much of emotion, there is so much of fear, threat, worry. What will this do to us? Now we are able to know because we are there in the present. But what will happen to him? And many people also scolded me saying that how can you take such a decision in such a short time and everything. But doctors were of great help to me. Doctors really helped me, and all the staffs also. And the stage by stage, first 3 days we got admitted to do some pre-surgery test, 3 days. That time what my son had to undergo, some test, and see, it is difficult, but it was challenging, but we are looking at the future for the child, so we have to stay positive. And the doctors were giving us awareness, educating. They used to come and ask Vishwanathan doctor in the morning, இன்னைக்கு எப்படி இருக்கான், second day of surgery, என்ன difference தெரியுதா? So second day of delivery, surgery, என்ன difference தெரியுதான்னு கேட்கிறாரு. தெரியல டாக்டர். தெரியல? காமா இருக்கான் பாரு. அவருக்கு மட்டும் எப்படி தெரியுது? But actually that is the profession. Probably he is able to feel the vibration, or I don't know. But as a mother, I felt that after few weeks, you know, it was wonderful, I would say. Yes, that moment it was different. But today, when the surgery was happening, many prayers, and that time also, because of the energy level, how we can bring down somebody's this thing and support each other. Sometimes no, my mother was not there, my husband was also undergoing the same this thing. But sometimes Dr. Vishwanathan, he used to just keep his crown as a surgeon or such a big doctor. Ennachu அது வேணுமா, okay பண்ணிடலாம். That kind of a comfort and everything was much beyond medical treatment. It was between human to human, soul to soul. So this was a completely, I think, I had to undergo that, but come here for the relief for my child. And today my child is doing very well. In fact, whatever the doctors had told that he might lose his speech, he talks a lot. He actually a bhajan singer. He sings in the mic in the bhajans. He's a Sai bhajan singer, and within 11 months he was on a platform which was done by JFW, a fashion show, on a catwalk. And we participated recently this year by a foundation in Bombay for a catwalk, and he won Mr. Handsome Award. And so his routine, he will wake up, and many things actually he's able. In fact, I got transferred to Pondicherry, and it is my husband. He is the breadwinner of the family, so it is not easy for him to keep handling. So when people are asking me, how is Drew? Who's handling Drew? How can you move and all that? He's handling himself. Swami is there. He's handling. So of course, my family, especially my father-in-law, my mother-in-law, though she's not there, my mother, they were so understanding. My sister, my brother-in-law, my brother, my sister-in-law, my sister's kids. Shivani is like Dhruv's second mother. She knows in and out of what he's undergoing and things like that. So with this, I think I will wind off. And there is a small video I would like to show.
My son, my hero. When you were born, it was the best of days. Such a beautiful one. Your life had begun in different ways. There was something wrong, we thought then. We went to the doctors to put our doubts to end. Your son has cerebral palsy, will have bouts of epilepsy. He will not speak nor walk. For him, you should be as strong as a rock. With faith in the Almighty above, we overcame with hope, courage, and love. He took his small steps, which were giant leaps for us. What may be a dewdrop for others was an ocean for us. Today, he not just speaks but sings. Every day we discover new things. Today, he not only walks but dances. Every day we discover life's nuances. He spreads his dreams at your feet. Tread softly, you tread at his dreams.
This is what he would have been and grown out to be. But this is what he turned out to be.
Just one medicine in the morning and in the night. That's it. Here is a small speech that Dhruv would like to share.
Namaste to all.
Namaste to all.
I am Dhruv.
I am Dhruv.
Today, I feel privileged and hope
honored
to
have been
invited by such a great
institution
to hear my success story.
I thank
this universe, my mother, father, friends,
family, therapist, teachers,
and my doctors,
especially surgeon,
Dr.
Vishwanathan,
Dr.
and
Dr. Ranjit,
Dr. Ranjit, doctor. For if not
for
all
these
wonderful people,
I will
not be
standing here
here
and
giving
this
speech. It feels good to note
my energy
is
inspiring many others and giving
a hope
to
think
positively.
எல்லாம் புகழும் இறைவனுக்கே.
நன்றி வணக்கம்.
This side of the table, right? So we have our own kind of thoughts and experiences and we impose certain things on the patient. When you sit across the other side, now you can understand like how families go through starting from the day of birth to everything. So I think this is something which we have to learn. And on the day one of surgery, we had tough times like counseling the family. That's when actually it was late midnight. I texted Dr. Vishwanath, it's too difficult for him to handle. He replied that sometimes things happen for the first time in life, so you have to handle it. So this kind of experience is what inspires us to take it forward. I think it's a big success story, and I would say this is what inspired me to go for a fellowship, and I have done a 2-year fellowship, and now we are happy to reach a stage. We have got EMU. Now time to move on to the next level, like starting SCGs and non-lesional cases. Hopefully, let's see things turn positively. Thank you very much for all of you for coming here. I will spare the 3 from vote of thanks, please. Everyone is tired. So, the kind of audience today reflects true multidisciplinary nature of the work which we do. So, it's not a single man's job. So, it's always a team work. So, I thank all the persons who have come here, all the dignitaries on the stage, and we will meet again probably in the near future for another session on pediatric epilepsy. Thank you very much for taking the time.